Hey folks, today I'd like to talk for just a moment about Dana Plato. She's the former child star known for her role on Diff'rent Strokes. I stumbled across an interview with her. I think it was on Evening magazine from 1989. And it's an interview where she's talking about trying to change her image and bring new life to her acting career. She talks a little bit about how she got pregnant while she was under contract with Diff'rent Strokes, and that led to her being blacklisted and having a really difficult time finding work from that point on up to the point of this interview. It's really just heartbreaking, but there's a couple moments that are gut-wrenching. They have to do with her frustration at being judged and misunderstood. But I think the thing that really pulled at my heartstrings the most is this comment she made about the pressures of being a child star and the impact that it has on one's ability to have true friends. I think the biggest pressure is that you have no friends, and the only thing people want from me is what they think they can get from me. Wow, I can't imagine what it would be like going through life all by yourself, without anyone who really understood you or cared about you. True friends are strong supports who are always there for you when things are tough. And quite frankly, I have very reliable information that Dana did have family and friends out there, loved ones and close friends who truly had her back. They were her silent angels. They weren't talking to the press or the tabloids, but they were letting her know that they loved her, that they cared for her, and that they needed her in their lives. Here's a little bit more from that interview. She shot her first commercial at age 6, was earning over $100,000 a year at 16, and by the time she turned 20, Dana was married, pregnant, and out of work. I don't know how to ask this question, tackling with all the respect what happened in the team with that show. Gosh, nothing. Absolutely nothing. I got blackballed because I got pregnant under contract, and I'm still trying to prove, they're scared of me because they don't trust me. They don't know what I'm gonna do, and it just doesn't make too much sense to me because I had it. I've never had a bad rap on the set. I've always been on time, never not shown up. So I don't know why I got such a bad rap, but I really, really do, and people are still scared of me. A lot of people weren't even saw me. According to Dana, she was forced to leave Diff'rent Strokes after the 7th season, and since then, very few people have been knocking on her door. Today, at the age of 24, she's separated from her husband and lives with her son Tyler in California. Her memories of the show are mainly happy ones, but her walk in the celebrity spotlight came with a price. So the interview goes on a bit more, and there are a few more clips, and I'm not going to show them. Perhaps the most discouraging thing are the closing comments by the host of Evening magazine. I don't know who she is, but clearly she had her own ideas about Dana and her talent that she brought to the screen. For a young woman, Dana Plato looks very, very tired. I can imagine it must be difficult to make the transition from child star when you were hired just for being cute to adult actress. And perhaps sometimes you have to come to grips with the fact that maybe you're not a great actress, and perhaps that's the reason why you're not getting roles. Yet Dana Plato seems very determined to continue to be an actress. She does have a role in a feature film called Time Suspect, which has yet to be released. Sheesh, they could not even get that right. The title of the movie that Dana was in 1989 was called Prime Suspect. As you might imagine, when Dana's family and friends saw this interview, heard those comments, well, it broke their hearts. Let's all remember Dana Plato and the hundreds of other child stars that were mistreated by Hollywood and their handlers over the years. One more thing, I just want to acknowledge how much I appreciate those folks who have clicked on the little join button right below the video there and become supporting channel members. They've had access to this video for about 24 hours, and here are a few of the comments they've left. Super Sith Lord, aka Mike D, said, "I still have fond memories of her time on Diff'rent Strokes. What's sad is that we, the people, would have happily welcomed her in another great show. It was ultimately Hollywood and not us that chose to cast her aside. Her words in that interview are sadly and honest. It's my sincere hope that young actors these days will have a better time of their careers and be treated less like a disposable commodity as they did back then. Sean Ennis said, I think in the world of zigs and zags, Jeanette McCurdy could have gone down the same way. Just reading about Dana, I see that her son died in 2010. Heartbreaking. And Rob Pinto agrees. And my friend Justin Alette, aka Braidwood, said, I think it's a bit hypocritical that she got let go for getting pregnant while there were an inordinate amount of episodes where she was in bikinis and swimsuits. Seems a little like a Harvey Weinstein situation, or slightly similar. And finally, John Collins said, I watched the Dana Plato interview. I must say, the hosts of that program were quite harsh in their treatment of Ms. Plato, especially their comments at the end of the segment. And a little further down, he says, wasn't Norman Lear a part of the production team involved with Diff'rent Strokes? I believe he was. John goes on to say, he is thought-provoking. I would have thought that he would have written in her pregnancy somehow in an artistic and balanced fashion into the fabric of the series. I totally agree, John. That would have been very nice. Before I go, I feel like it's important to acknowledge the contribution of Matt. He has an Instagram page called Dana Plato Graham, and he reached out to me after I posted an earlier version of this video and made a few corrections that I think ultimately make this a better video. So for that, thank you very much, Matt, and I will post a link to his Instagram page that honors Dana in the description section of this video. Alright folks, thanks again for watching this video. I truly hope you all have a great day. Wrigley. Spearmint Gum says hello friends. Gum. You're gonna like the way it says hello. Kaylee Spearmint. It's got a fresh, clean taste. Side way to say hello. Everyone likes the way it says hello. Thank you.